Hi, I'm Blisy.
Hey, if you enjoy the video, consider clicking like, subscribe, bell notification, and the join button. Becoming a channel member is only $4.99 a month. It really helps me out, and you get a bunch of perks like these badges for how long you've been a member for. You get these emojis for my live stream chats, and you get access to my videos when I upload them instead of when I release them. So thanks so much, and enjoy the video. Hello. Today I'm going to introduce you to your new favorite television program, the TeachyTV. This allows you to watch this beautiful television program in fire red and leaf green, which causes frames to advance 313 times as quickly as usual. This allows you to hit frames that are far away, normally hours and hours at a time. It gives you a similar end result to the battle videos in Emerald, except instead of storing your PID frame like the battle videos do, you just only have to wait a short amount of time. Since something that would be 25 hours away is closer to 6 minutes away. So I'm going to show you what you need to use and have in order to abuse this program in the game in order to hit extremely far away frames. And I know what you're saying, why would I want to hit a far away frame? Well, that's because the further away a frame is, typically the better it is. So this lets you hit perfect spreads with some difficulty, I would say. Word of warning, this is for only insane people. So in game, I'm going to recommend you have a Pokemon that can use Fly and a Pokemon that can use like Sleep Powder or whatever. This is just so you can move from area to area very quickly. You're going to want to have enough money for an Abra, or money, Game Corner coins, just to be able to purchase an Abra real quick like this. You're also going to want to save in the Rocket, Game Corner, wherever. This is because you're going to need to use an Abra to verify what your initial seed is. So we can find our seed first. You're also going to need, probably helpful to have some like max repels if you're going to go through an area with like, I don't know, with like wild Pokemon and whatnot. And it could also be helpful to have the Master Ball, which I've used already because I caught the Zapdos already. Spoiler. So the Master Ball will be helpful as well in order to quickly catch a Pokemon. Because you're going to need to catch it to identify it to figure out what frame you've hit or what frame you've missed, etc. So, let us begin. Now, if you're going to want a shiny, you're also going to need your secret ID, which I have here. Watch my video on the starters if you're interested in learning how to do that. You can only really find it out if you catch a random shiny or if you restart your game, but I have a video on how to do the restarting your frame method. You're also going to need to know what your most common seeds that you hit are. I have a spreadsheet documented that me and Hefe have been working on to document pretty much right now are only the Fire Red 1.0 seeds that are most common currently. We do have some Leaf Green 1.1 timing, and one Fire Red 1.1 timing, but yeah. If you're going to want to contribute to that spreadsheet, just DM me in Discord. That's all I have to say about that. But watch my seed calibration video if you're interested in figuring out how you know what seeds you're hitting. Okay. So you're going to need to know your most common seeds. And then you're going to want to go to open up Pokefinder and click Stationary in Gen 3. Or Wild if you're going to do Wild. I'm doing Stationary. Then click Searcher in the Gen 3 tab you're in. We'll get back to this in a minute. You're also going to need this Japanese RNG Assistant program. Up here is an option. You're going to want to set this right here. Just do the pattern I'm doing. That changes the natures to English. That's all it does. You're going to want to go to the middle tab, and that's the Fire and Leaf Green tab. There's a few options here that are going to be useful to us. I'll go over them in a minute. Last but not least, of course, we're going to need Flowtimer. You can also use EonTimer if you want. I'll explain how to use EonTimer as well. This is Flowtimer. You're going to need at least 2 of them. I actually will be using 3 in this. I'm going to have a 3rd one. That's a lot of timers, I know. Okay, so with all of those stipulations out of the way, let's go in Pokefinder and search for the spread we want. So you're going to want to search for a method one spreads that you're interested in getting. So I'm going for like a perfect Zapdos with hidden power grass or ice would be what I want. Whoa, I'm looking for like calm, mild, modest, or timid with the hidden power of ice or grass. If you're looking for a shiny, check off the shiny box. I don't even think I have any shinies. Yeah, I couldn't. So I don't have any shinies, but here's what I've got. So now that we know what spreads are possible here, you're just going to want to pick out the ones that are best suited for you. Some of these are like pretty good spreads. You're not going to be able to hit all of them. Not all of them are even going to be available. But I ended up choosing the hidden power. I choose a hidden power. Where is it? I got a modest one with hidden power grass 68 that I ended up choosing. I want to say it was this one. And a hidden power ice. And so we're just going to pick which ones we want, figure out, get down to it, and then we're going to open up this RNG helper. So here we're going to set how many frames we're willing to wait. So I would just like cap it out, you know, just do the maximum number of 9s. Then type in all of your most common seeds that you hit in this box here. Alright, so once you've got all the seeds that you hit, your common initial seeds that you've hit, and I would stick to the seeds that are of your settings. So as you know, different initial seeds you are able to hit based on different settings. So, for example, all of these seeds I've got here are from the 35,000 or milliseconds in Flowtimer, with text speed set to fast, battle scene off, battle style set, sound stereo, button LNR, and frame type 10. So that's like my settings. So you can change seed groupings here from group to group to figure out which ones are hittable. Then what you're going to want to do is figure out the spreads that you aimed for. So this one here. So you can paste all of these spreads if you're really interested in here, but the thing is you can't copy all of them over at once, I don't think. Like, I think it'll only let you copy one at a time. Yeah, so you can copy them all individual if you want. I'll end up like picking the 2 that I ended up going for, which was an HP Ice 70. I can't remember. Was it this one? No. I believe it was this one. So you paste the seeds into the lower box that you're aiming for and hit search. So then it will tell you what seeds are how many frames away from the spread you're aiming, which is extremely helpful. So as you can see on seed C679, I can aim for frame 5,573,674, which is normally like 25 hours or something. Or on seed 5235, I could aim for frame 4,146,988. Now, since we're aiming with the same settings, there's actually a way to aim for both of these at the same time. More than several million, the wait times start getting up to like 20 minutes or so. Like, these wait times are both under 10 minutes each for me, so I'm going to pick those 2. So, moving along. And the frames it says here is actually one less than you have to aim for. So it's actually like 675 and 989. It's just you just have to add one to it. It's hard to explain. Over here is the Abra setting. So we can open this program twice. So let me open it one more time. Do the same thing. You have to change language again. Bink. Type in the seeds we're aiming for. So 5235 and C679 are the 2 seeds I'm aiming for. Change this to 800-ish. I'm aiming for... I'm typing 791 because I know that's what I hit. And then also change the ±5 to ±9. Then drop down the menu and just click whichever Pokemon you're using. So I'm using Abra. So this is Fire Red Abra. This one is Leaf Green Abra. Okay, so this one right here is Abra. So do that, and then hit generate. To increase this a little bit. So what this is doing is telling you plus minus 9 of your target frame for Abras. So if you try and hit your seed, you'll be able to tell you receive an Abra at a specific time around frame 791, and you'll be able to receive an Abra, and you will check its nature and stats compared to this, and it'll tell you if you hit either of your seeds. Moving along, click this tab. This is the TeachyTV tab. So what we do here is we're going to type in what frames we're aiming for. So if we recall, over in this tab, so on 5235, I would like to keep it, so I'm doing 5235 on this one. We're aiming for this, so we're going to put this frame here, increase that by 1, and then paste it to here as well. So I'll have a translation of this in the bottom, but basically this is the frame you're aiming for and how many frames you're willing to spend outside of TeachyTV. Keeping it to 10,000 I think is a pretty good idea. Then hit generate, and it'll tell you how many frames you have to spend in the TV and how many frames you have to spend out of the TV. Okay? This one is for calibration, so you'll plug in what frame you hit eventually here after you inevitably miss. Then I would copy this, and I would do the same thing over here. So just do it really quick. Set that up. And those are the only tabs you're going to be needing from now on. Just these two and then the Telev tabs. So what we have to do is get this into our timer. So I have 3 timers set up. So the one timer I have here, this one I will set it up for, I'll have 2 timers on this one. This will be how long you have to spend in a TeachyTV. All you do with this timer is plug it into, so you take this number and you plug it into those. So I have to spend 13,217 frames in TeachyTV. So what I can do is click this tab, put the frame count there, and convert that to milliseconds. So for seed, So for seed 5235, what I can do is make a thing. So Zapdos 5235. Then I will put that. This is seconds. Just convert this to milliseconds. So 220283. Then you do the same thing over here. So 17,775. Oops. Convert that to milliseconds. So another one. Zapdos C679. The same thing here. So 296250. So this is how long you have to start it. You have to watch in TGTV. Then over here in this timer, what I'll do is I'll set up a timer. So the timer in this one is going to be a combined total of both of these numbers. So 7, so we'll get a calculator out. 17,775 plus 101. Whoops, what the heck? Sorry. 17,775 plus 10100. So this number we have to convert to milliseconds. Boom. So then we take that number we converted to milliseconds, 583. We add 35,000 to it. This is because this is the millisecond total we're aiming for, but we have to add the intro timing to it, so we add that. So this is our new target frame. So we do that. Put this into Flowtimer. Divide this by the intro timer first, 35,000. Then we do another division point, and we do it by 50,000. The 50,000 is the frame we're going to be receiving the Abra on. The 35,000 is the frame that we're going to be listening to the, or receiving the, finishing the intro, rather. Excuse me. Whoa. This one here, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it for a combination of these two. So we're going to do, let me drop this down, 13,217 plus 10,068. Convert this to milliseconds. So it's 388. Oops, 388. 0.083 plus 35,000 again, because that's the intro timer. Then we're going to copy this. I keep starting these by accident. Oh, I think it's because of the setting I have. So anyway, we're doing the same thing here. So we just do that, do this, do 35,000, do 50,000. Oops. Okay, so now what we're going to want is these two timers. The two timers we have the totals on, right? So this is the total for 5235, and this is the total for C679. So what you do is set both of these timers to have the same exact start and stop keys. So as you can see, I have it set so both of them, on release, my backslash key starts both of them. So I hold down my backslash key, I let go, they start. Perfect. This one doesn't need to be synchronized like that, and I'll show you why in a second. Alright. I know that was a lot. We're just getting started, baby. So now what we do, everything seems to be set up, ready to go. What we do is take these, go back to the verification section, and we go. Okay, so once you've got everything set up, you're going to do your initial seed finding process like usual. So hold down the backslash, or whatever key you assigned, and when you release, both timers will start at the same time. And you're going to attempt to hit the initial seed based on your title screen press. You should be familiar with how to hit the initial seed. If you're not, go watch my videos on that. The only difference I would say is the main thing is that you're using this Abra technique and you're using two timers at once. But otherwise, it's the same. It's the same exact thing. No real difference. Okay, now you're going to want to move pretty quickly. You don't have to move too fast, but the next timer is going to go off. That's going to show you which or when to hit the Abra. So which Abra you're going to be aiming for. Okay, so now that the Abra's received, we just have to check which seed that we hit. So we should try and do that very quickly. It doesn't look like this one. Okay, so it looks like I hit seed 5235. You can know that by checking the Abra against the stats here. And so because of that, we can actually stop this timer here. And now what we're going to have to do is go until we can enter the TeachyTV. So we have to run over to the power plant as fast as possible for this Zapdos. So while you make your way to the Pokemon, there's a few things that are very important to consider. One is make sure to put a max repel if you're going through any wild areas so you don't accidentally get into any wild battles, because that will mess everything up. Once you're in front of the target, go to the TeachyTV, and the second you hit use, you also want to start your TeachyTV timer. And now we wait, and I will cut to it when this is done counting down. Okay, so as the timer for TeachyTV comes to an end, all you have to do is hit B to leave the TeachyTV right as the first timer ends. And when you do that, you just wait in front of the stationary you're about to encounter. So I'll cut to that as well. So once the second timer finishes, you're just going to start the encounter with the Pokemon as soon as possible, and you're going to have to catch it. Time is no longer, like, you don't have to be quick here or anything like that. I use the Master Ball. It does, in my opinion, speed this process up a lot. And if you have access to Emerald, you basically have access to infinite Master Balls, assuming you haven't used all of them, and you can use the cloning glitch, so that's pretty handy. So once that's done, you're going to use a stat calc to determine what frame you hit, assuming you didn't properly hit your frame. If you did hit your frame, congratulations, you're done, but you probably didn't. So let's check. Okay, so in the Pokefinder window, what you're going to do is in the stationary tab, you're going to just make sure you have a large enough frame window set, so aim for whatever frame you're aiming for. And then you're going to type the Pokemon in Metal Kid's IV calc. And I'm going for a Zapdos, so I don't think I have to do too much in terms of like leveling it up. But if you don't, if the Pokemon you're aiming for is like kind of low level, you might want to have a few rare candies on so you can like do progressive level up here and stuff. But my Zapdos is Jolly with these stats. So I'm going to type them in really quick, figure out where I landed. The old calculate. So once you get the stats, you can just kind of, okay, that's not going to work. You can, we good. Okay, you guys probably can't see him too good. Oh, that might just be perfect. So type him into Pokefinder in like the minimum maximum range. Poorly, apparently, type them in. 5, 2, 3, 14, 15. I don't know why I have such trouble with my number pad. Anyway, and then hit generate. And sometimes it'll lag a bit, but you are probably going to find what you're looking for. So, this is the frame that I hit. It's the proper nature. I didn't even put the right nature into Pokefinder. And it's kind of close-ish to the frame I was aiming for, so what I'm going to do is copy it. And we're going to go over to the Japanese tool and cover it there. Okay, so in the tool of the seeds you hit, you're going to go back over to the TeachyTV tab. So remember, I hit 5235, and we're going to go over to that tab. So if you remember, this was the frame we were aiming for outside of TeachyTV, and this is, this is the frame in total we're aiming for, and then this is the frames we're willing to wait outside. This is how long the program says to wait in the TV, and this is how long it says to wait out of the TV. So then we're going to put the amount of the frame we're trying to hit here. Then here we're going to paste the frame that we actually did hit. Then we're going to hit enter. And so what it's telling us here is that we should change nothing of TeachyTV, and here we need to change the amount of frames out of TeachyTV that we spent. So what you can do is, if you can't read Japanese, this is a simple copy paste. You can just go to Google Translate. I believe this is the reduce one, but if you paste it, it'll say cut back. So that just means subtract. So what this means is we're going to be subtracting 297 frames total from the outside of TeachyTV frames. So here it will not have us adjust this timer at all, because remember, this is what we were waiting inside of the TV. However, this one we were waiting outside of the TV, and we are going to subtract 297 frames from this. And so you can just use the you just have to do the conversion yourself. So go over to this tab here, type 297. Yep, excuse me. So 4950. So we're gonna take this number, Control C it, get a calculator going. Minus 4950 418 So that's our new target here. So we can actually copy that and do that adjustment. Now, now it's up to you if you are willing to. This is a completely up to you thing. You can, if you're finding that your results are similar across both seeds, you can also go to the other timer. So this timer here, this timer here, as you can see, it's a different amount of time. You could also cut back the 4,000 from this if you want. That's honestly completely up to you. It's not, if you find that you're hitting similar amounts, but otherwise, if you want to leave the calibrations separate, you can leave the calibrations separate. I think I tended to leave them separate towards the end, but in the beginning I was adjusting them at the same time, so it's really a personal preference type of thing. And at this point, you know all of the intricacies you need to execute properly the TG TV RNG. There's nothing else that I'm doing here. The only other thing to note would be if this frame, if it was a little bit different, so we did like that, it might tell you to change, so hold on. It might tell you to change TeachyTV frames. So this one, because I changed it to be a much lower number, it says increase by 15 in TeachyTV. Now, if it says to increase on the TeachyTV specifically, you have to increase it on both, actually, because remember, the TeachyTV's total wait time has to be within your total time here. So, for example, let's say it said to increase it by 15, right? That would mean I increase this number by 15 frames. So we find 15 frames according to this program, which is different than usual. So 250. So we would add 250 to this number to make the new number 222284. But we would also have to add 250 to this number, and that's because this number also contains that 222284. So we have to add 250 to that as well. So we do that, and then you can copy this, and you can Control V right over it and change it like that. And that's the only, honestly, that's the only other piece of nuance you would need in order to properly RNG on the TeachyTV. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, please. This was a very difficult RNG for me to pull off. It took me several weeks of attempts to do this. I think I've covered everything basically about this process. And I'm going to just kind of copy-paste my final attempt, my successful attempt in here on stream. It was really fun to do. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Beforehand, it won't work any other way. I mean, you could just RNG a random trainer ID, but... Well, congratulations on your Q charm. I appreciate you stopping by, my friend. $25, $9, $8, $23, $18, $20. All right, we have a run. Get it that easily. Here we go. Yep. No way! No. I'm getting my hopes up a little much, but we'll see. We'll see. The HP's correct. I'm free! I'm free! Oh! I'm free. It's over, guys. It's over. Oh. I'm free. I'm free, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm the happiest person alive, dude. Are you kidding me? I'm fucking free. It's not supposed to be shiny. 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 I'll put in the stats here so you guys can see what it is. Holy shit. It's not even the original Zapdos I aimed for, but a perfectly good Zapdos in Gen 3. So this is the frame I hit. I hit frame 4,146,989. It's got Hidden Power Grass 68, which is mildly triggering, but its stats are 31 HP, 24 attack, 31 defense, 30 special attack, 31 special defense, 31 speed. The Hidden Power Grass is basically only for Swampert anyway, right? Like, what else are you hitting with that? I just want to thank my channel members so much. You guys are amazing. Without this kind of support, I wouldn't be able to put out the videos I do, and I wouldn't be able to stream as frequently. Thanks so much. If you want to consider becoming a member, just click the join button underneath this video or at my channel page. It's only $4.99 a month. It really helps me out. I'm extremely uncomfortable doing these kinds of plugs, but I'm doing it anyway because the money helps. And if you can't or don't want to, don't feel bad. I'm just asking because, yeah. Thanks so much, guys. You're all amazing. See you next video.